this is interesting. You know, some of you may or may not know, most of you do, because I've mentioned this many times throughout my videos in the past, that I am currently fighting a foreclosure, my own personal foreclosure. I chose to do this on purpose because my bank, Bank of America, does not know who actually owns my house, who actually is the note holder. And when I called them out on that, they had no answer and told me that I'll have to sue them in order to get that information. So I thought to myself, if you're the servicer, which is what your paperwork keeps claiming, you're just servicing the loan. You're getting the loan payment from me. You take a small fee on that, some of the interest payment, and then you give the rest to the investors or the company that owns the note. All they do is like a silent partner, right? That's how it works. They just get the money every day because they invested in the beginning. So they had no answer for me, so I had to do some research. Chain of title type stuff. And the chain of title is when you bought your house and you got a mortgage through Bank of America, let's say, and then Bank of America sells it to Wells Fargo. You get a letter in the mail, hey, we are Wells Fargo, start making your payments next month to Wells Fargo, we bought that loan. Okay, you start making your payments to Wells Fargo. Sometime down the road, you get another letter in the mail, hey, we are JP Morgan Chase, and we bought the loan from Wells Fargo, start making your payments to us, it has been transferred to us now. Okay, so I'll do that. That's the chain of title. When that note changes hands, there has to be a true and correct chain of title. And by law, someone at each organization has to sign off on that transfer of the note. That is the chain of title. And what these banks did was no one signed off, and many of them, including Bank of America and all the banks I just mentioned, decided, let's use this company called MERS, Mortgage Electronic Registration System. We'll log it there rather than go to the courts in the counties to actually do it like we're supposed to do it on paper and pay a little fee, of course, paperwork fee to do that. We don't have to pay that kind of fee if we use MERS. And MERS was a bunch of former bankers that created that company. Shocker there. So long story short, I started realizing what was going on and told Bank of America, if you're not going to tell me who it is, because you don't even know who it is, you don't have to worry about me suing you to find out. I'm not making another payment. Because if we find out that it's not even who you think it is, I have to question, what have you been doing with the money? And do I still owe that party money? Technically, yes. And then Bank of America, the subsidiary that handles the loan department, Home Loan, Bank of America Home Loans, LLC, whatever the hell they're called, could just file bankruptcy, take all the money myself and millions of other people have given them, walk away. Oh, we're bankrupt, have a nice day. And then all those people will have to legally still owe that money to the rightful note holder. Okay? If you follow me. So old J-Step 4 was no dummy and realized what was going on. So once I realized that, I decided to quit paying the mortgage. I found a guy that works for a lawyer locally that specializes in this, knows exactly what I was talking about. As a matter of fact, had the same exact thing happen to him, and he was fighting it himself for the same exact reasons. So I decided when I get that foreclosure notice in the mail one of these days, and 2 years later I finally got it back in December of 2012, I'll hire them to fight it. Now they only deal with people in the Tampa and I think Orlando areas roughly, in case you're wondering. So long story short, mine's in limbo right now, waiting to see where it goes next. And I just read this is a comment that I've made in the past when I talk about foreclosures. I said, and not just foreclosures, credit, the student loan bubble, all that stuff. If everybody has bad credit, follow me on this one. And you know what I mean by everybody. Most people, not everybody, but a lot of people. And then more and more people keep getting on that, and the numbers keep growing of how many people starting to have bad credit. The banking system cannot survive without giving loans. Sure, it's gotten bailout money. Sure, it dumped it into Wall Street, etc. That's only like a little get rich quick scheme for them. They have to fall back on what banks normally do, which is loan money. And if there isn't anyone out there worthy of loaning money to, because they all got bad credit, or most of them have bad credit, the ones that do have good credit's not enough to sustain the whole banking system, the whole financial system. So they have to start lending to those schmucks, myself included. You may call us a schmuck now, but wait till later. You'll say, holy crap, these guys were geniuses. So that they have to start lending to people who don't really have good credit. And again, the reason the people don't have good credit is because the banks cause the problems themselves by lending and causing the housing prices to go way, 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 way up to people who couldn't afford them. Gave it to them anyways. No financial background check, no work check, job check, nothing. Just give them a loan, which has now backfired, causing the prices to crumble for housing. Also causing people during the peak to not be able to afford those houses, which is why they defaulted in the first place, which gave them their terrible credit. So now they've got a whole bunch of people in this country that don't have good credit. Man, we need to loan some money here. We're gonna have to start loaning some money, and there ain't no one to loan it to because no one's got good credit. So what do? This is what this video is about. The FHA, you know, FHA loans, so the two types of loans you can get on a house, FHA or conventional. Most people go with FHA because you don't have to put nearly as much money down as a down payment, for one thing, and I think there's a couple protections or something I think FHA loans have that are better than a conventional. So anyways, the FHA has recently been allowing schmucks who have filed bankruptcy. Now, I have not filed bankruptcy. I will do that if I have to, but I don't see a need to right now. Those who have filed bankruptcy used to have to wait years and years before they could go and get a mortgage again. And even then, usually they had to pay a high rate. Right now, they are only waiting a year. If you filed for bankruptcy protection, and a year goes by, and you see a house that you like, go and apply. Go and see if you can get a loan, an FHA loan, because the FHA will have you fill out an application now. It's very basic. It's easy to pass, so to speak, as they say. It's basic questions. You don't have to lie. It's simple. Okay, I got a job. I'm in good shape now. Blah, blah, blah. Done. And they are actually giving out loans again through the FHA. Only making someone who went bankrupt for 1 year, make them wait 1 year, you can go get a loan now. When people start to realize that, oh my God, you got a loan and didn't you file for bankruptcy? Yeah. Man, was it that long ago? No, it was last year. Hold on. You got a home loan after filing bankruptcy, cheaper than I'm getting one right now, because houses are way cheaper, way less money now, and you wouldn't file bankruptcy, and now you have it a year later. You have a nice house, making payments. That's correct. How in the hell did you do that? I saw a house I liked, I filed an application to get a mortgage, FHA, it got approved. When people start to find that out, you have a whole nother wave of people purposely defaulting, purposely filing for bankruptcy, etc. Those who probably could file for bankruptcy, who just have chosen not to because they, got to do the right thing and keep paying these bankers, the ones who create money out of thin air to loan the rest of us. And then when they gamble with the money and lose it, they have our government print trillions and trillions more to give them again, who then in turn still do not go and loan us the money, but instead gamble some more on Wall Street and on the bond market. And some people think I made the wrong decision. No. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Take care.